Hi, I'm Ivy and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be talking about how your words are very powerful. Like your words are so powerful that they could either bless you or curse you. So you have to choose your words wisely. Let me give you a story. So when I finish, I want to give you an example of how powerful your words are. So I finished school, like when I finished college, right? And I was done with school, I got my degree, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. And anytime everyone would ask me, "Oh, what do you want to do? Like now that you're done with school, now that you've got your degree, what do you want to do? What do you want to use your degree for? Like, where are you gonna work? What are you gonna do?" And honestly, after I finished my school, I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I would always tell everyone that asked me like, "What do you want to do? What are your goals? What are your plans? What do you want to do?" And I always tell everyone, "Oh, I don't know what I want to do. Oh, I don't know what I want to do. Like, I have no clue. Maybe search for a job. Like, I don't know. I don't know." Like, everyone would ask me, I would say, "I don't know. I don't know." And for like, I think a month, I literally did not know. I was just doing nothing. And I was confused. And I was like, I had no plans. I had no goals. I don't know what I'm doing. So I just kept on saying, "I don't know. I don't know." And guess what? My life kept on, like, as weeks went by, days, months went by, I kept on being in a state of I don't know. Like, and I kept on saying I don't know. Like, whenever anyone asks me, "Oh, what are you doing with school? What are you doing with your degree after school?" You know, I was like, "What are your plans?" I'm always like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know." And my life kept on being I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like, literally, I was in a state of I don't know. And then one day it hit me, and one of my friends asked me, like, "Okay, so what are your plans really? Like, what are you going to be doing after school?" And I was about to say, "I don't know," again, but then something just hit me. I was like, rather than saying, "I don't know," why don't you just say, you know, "I'm figuring out." Like, I do know. Like, everything is working out for me. Like, I have, the job that I wanted to, you know, the job that I wanted to um, have, and I'm living a place I want to live in. I'm living in the city I want to live in. I do know what my plans are. I do know what I'm gonna do with my degree afterwards. I do know, And then and then my friend was like, "Okay, so what is it?" And I was like, "I'll let you know when the time comes, but I do know what I'm going to do after school. I do know what I'm going to do with my degree. I do know the kind of job that I want to do, and I do know where I want to live." So I just kept on saying, "Oh, I know, I'm figuring it out. Oh, it's working out. I have the job that I want. I'm living in the place I want to live in. I'm going to the place, like, I'm literally living the life I want to live right now. So everything is working out. I do know, like, I'm sure of myself. I'm sure of what I want to do after school. I'm sure of my plans. I'm sure of everything." And I kid you not, I was just saying that. Like, I just said, let me just say something different, instead of saying, "I don't know," because I was sounding like a broken record, and I was tired of, like, always, "I don't know," and living instead of "I don't know." So I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to say, "I do know," and keep on saying, "I do know," and eventually maybe I'll figure it out along the line. But I just changed my words. I'm just like, "Okay, I do know, like, everything is working out. I have the job that I want. I'm staying in the city I want to live in. I'm staying in, I'm doing, using my degree for what I want to use my degree for. Like, I have the job that I want to work at. I'm living the place I want to live in. Like, everything is working out well for me. Everything is working fine for me." So I just kind of say, "Yeah, I do know. Yeah, I do know. Yeah, I do know." Everybody asked me, I was like, "Oh, yeah, I know. I'm figuring it out." I was like, "What exactly are your plans?" I was like, "Oh, don't worry. I'll let you know when, you know, I'll let you know when the time is right." But I do know everything is already figured out. And I kept on telling myself that story. I kept on telling everyone who asked me, "What are your plans?" Like, don't you just hate when people ask me, "What are your plans?" Like, how am I supposed to know what my plans are for the next 4 or 5 years of my life? Like, I barely know what I want to do tomorrow. So I just kept on, telling the story. "Oh, yeah, I do know what I'm going to do. Yeah, I do know. Like, I just kept on telling everyone that story. And I just kept on telling myself that same story. Like, "Oh, I do know what I want to do." And then eventually, and I'm not kidding, like, literally, eventually, everything started falling into place. Like, I started, having more ideas on the kind of jobs that I wanted to do, and I started applying more to those kind of jobs. And then I started having ideas of, the city I wanted to live at. And then I started, like, looking at apartments, looking at, the options, like the jobs there, the jobs available there, the apartments available there to move into. And then I started having, like, ideas in my head. Everything started, like, just flooding in. And then whenever I had those ideas, I was like, "Oh, okay, that's nice." And then literally with time, I started knowing like I actually started knowing what I wanted to do. I knew the kind of job that I wanted to go for, and I knew the place I wanted to live in, and everything was just falling into place. Like I went for the jobs, interviews. I got the job in the places, in the cities that I wanted to live in, and then eventually everything started coming together. Everything started working out. Like I literally at that point knew, like it all fell into place, and I knew what I was going to do. As crazy as that sounds, like and that happened like within like a month or two, everything just fell into place. All just because I changed my words. Like I literally just changed my words, what I was saying to myself. And I was like, okay, I do know. Even if I don't really know right now, like I'll figure it out, everything will fall into place, everything will work out. And eventually everything started working out, everything started falling into place. Like little by little, I got like 2-3 job offers in the city I wanted to go, live in. I figured out the city I wanted to live in that was, fun. Like I don't know, something just drew me to that particular city eventually. Like, everything just fell into place. So I got a job in the city I wanted to live in. I moved to the city I wanted to live in. And everything just worked out. Like it just fell into place. And I was just like, damn, like I should have said, I should have actually just said I do know from the beginning, instead of saying, oh, I don't know, oh, I'm confused, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do in my life. Like I actually just started saying, oh yeah, I do know, oh, I'm figuring it out, oh, it's working out, oh, like, things, information is coming to my head, oh, I'm having the ideas. Like I just started saying, like I just started changing my words from being negative to being positive. And that simple change of words, like, oh, I do know, oh, everything is working out, like those simple little, words change here and there, eventually, like everything started falling into place. And I was like, wow, like this is how powerful our words are. We're either using our words to bless ourselves, bless our lives, or we're using our words to ruin ourselves and ruin our lives. And we don't even know. Like we do this every day, every single day with our words. And I realized how powerful our words are. And since then, I was just like, for a whole month of saying I do not know, like I was literally living in a state of I do not know. And then when I changed my words of like, oh, I do know, I'm figuring things out, everything is working out fine. I have like the job that I want to have, I'm in the city that I want to live in, everything is going fine, everything is working fine, I'm figuring things out. The next month, everything started changing. And that doesn't mean that, okay, you just say, oh, you change your words and your life just changes like magically. No, it's in the sense that once you change your words, for some reason, like the universe starts making things go in line with what you're saying. So if you say, I do not know, the universe is like, okay, she doesn't know. Let's make her more confused. Let's make her not know, right? But if you say, I do know, the universe is like, okay, she does know. She does know. Let's make things work out for her so she knows, like she has more ideas of, what she does know. And the more you just keep on choosing the right words, the more the universe, makes things work out for you. Like ideas start coming to your head, opportunities start coming along the way, you start meeting people who can help you. Like everything just starts to fall into place just by changing your words. And if you just follow like your inspiration, follow things as, just go with the flow, eventually everything just works out. And then you look back, I'm like, oh my goodness, just because I changed the way what I was saying. And obviously when you start changing what you're saying, you start changing, like the thoughts in your head start to change, and then eventually you see it manifest, like happening in your reality. And then I realized how words are very important, and you should pick your words wisely. Like you should be very careful with what you say with your words, because like I said, they could either bless your life or you could curse your life just by what you're saying. And then also another example I also wanted to give that is like, I remember when I was also in school, and there was this class I was in that was kind of like really difficult. Those were my words. Like I was literally like, when the class first started, I didn't really like the professor, and I didn't really like the class itself, and I just didn't want to be in that class. So I would say, oh my goodness, I'm ready. I think I'm already going to fail this class. I think I have to do this class again. This feels so difficult. This feels so hard. Like, I don't want to be in this class. Like, I don't think I'm going to do well in this class. And I just kept on saying those same things. And literally, like, the class was difficult for me. Like, it was really becoming really difficult for me. And I was like, you see, I knew like this class is just not my thing. Like this, I probably have to do this class twice. Like I'm not gonna do well in this class. And then, like I said, something just hits me. I'm like, why are you even saying all those things? Like you don't even know. Like you have the opportunity of, like I said, you have the opportunity of faith or fear, and you're already picking fear. Like what stops you from just picking having faith? Like just change your words. Like just be positive. Just change your words. Like just as much as you can say negative things or bad things, you can as well just say positive things or like good things, you know. So I just like, okay, let me just change it. Like I didn't even really believe it, but just like let me just change my words, you know. I was like, oh, the class is really nice, I love this class, this class is so easy, I'm doing well in this class. Like the professor is like really nice, he's really making us like do well in the classes, making sure we're all, you know, getting our grades, you know, top grades. Like he's really putting the effort. And I was like, oh, this class is so easy for me, everything just works out fine, I'm like doing well in this class. I kid you not, at that moment I felt like I was lying to myself, because I was like, this makes no sense. I know this class is horrible, but I just like, let me just say, you know, rather than speaking negatively about myself and my situation, why don't I just speak positively about my situation? Like just the same way it's so easy to say negative things, it's so easy to just say positive things. So why not just say the positive things, right? So I started picking like my words. I was like, okay, no, this class is easy. You know, at first at the beginning I was saying I was going to get an F in this class, but I was like, no, I'm not going to get an F. I'm going to get an A. I was like, I'm going to get an A in this class. I'm going to do well in this class. I'm going to pass this class. This is my class. Like, and eventually I kept on saying those things, and eventually, you know, the more I said it, the more I said those things, the easier it became for me to believe what I was saying, because I kept on saying it all the time, I kept on saying it all the time. And like I said, once you start saying, you know, these things, the universe is always trying to help you in whatever you choose to say about yourself and situation. So if you're saying negative things, you're saying terrible things, the universe is going to be like, okay, let's give her more negative things to talk about, let's give her more terrible things to complain about. But if you start saying positive things and, you know, nice things, the universe is like, okay, let's give her more positive things to talk about, let's give her more positive experience and, you know, circumstances for her to like keep on talking about. So as I kept on saying like, oh, I'm good at this class is so easy, I'm going to get an A in this class, I love this class, I love the professor, everything's going fine, the more I kept on saying, the more I kept on believing it, and the more like different situations started popping up of, you know, I started having more opportunities. Like I don't know, for some reason it's almost like I started understanding things better. I don't know why, but I don't know, things just started working out better for me in that class. Like the professor was really nice, and any little thing he'll give extra credits, anything he'll give extra points, or he will just boost everybody's score. Like I don't know, it was just, things were just really working out surprisingly. And then although sometimes like it's sometimes some things will happen, like you make you think, oh, like, you know, go back to thinking negatively. But most times whenever you think negative, just like, no, just as easy as it is for me to say negative things, I can also say like positive things, you know. So once I start thinking negative things or start saying negative things, I just start, you know, switch it, like, no, this class is easy, no, this class is easy, I'm doing well in this class. And I just kept on saying that, and eventually at the end of the semester I actually got an A. Like I can't even believe it, but like I got an A in that class. I was like, really? So and I thought about it. I was like, if I kept on saying I was going to get an F, I was going to do this class like over and over again, who knows? Maybe at the end of that semester I would have gotten an F, because I kept on saying I'm getting an F, and he was like, okay, she's getting an F. Let's give her an F. Let's make sure things don't work out. Let's make sure she struggles. Let's make sure things are difficult for her, so she gets an F that she has been saying she will get. Yeah. And then I was like, maybe because I changed my words and, you know, started saying, oh, I'm going to get an A, this class is easy, the professor is nice. And eventually things started coming around, and at the end of the semester I got an A. Like that is one class, if anybody told me like, oh, you're going to get an A at the end of this class, I wouldn't have believed it. You know, literally I wouldn't have believed it. But I think just the words, the choice of words that I, you know, used, that's what changed it for me. So the whole point of what I'm just trying to tell you is like, make sure like you're always speaking positivity over yourself and over your life. Not just like in everything. I know it's very easy to just go default mode and just speak negative things or speak horrible things. Like we're used to that, everyone's just complaining and all that. But don't be like everyone. You want to be different in a good way. Like, don't you want to have a good life? Don't you want to have a positive life? It starts with your words. Like, your words are really powerful, and they could either, like I said, they could either bless you, bless your life, or they could curse you and curse your life. So choose your words wisely. Like, you don't want to live a life that you're not happy with. You should choose your words wisely so you can live a life that you're happy with, you know. And it's just like the saying from, is it Tom Ford or Tom Henry Ford? I don't know, maybe you should go check it out. But the saying goes like, if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. Either ways, whatever you're thinking, whatever you're saying, you're right. So if you think, oh, this is not going to work out, oh, I'm going to fail, oh, this is going to be terrible for me, guess what? That's what's going to be. Like, that is what it's going to be. But if you say, oh, this is going to work out for me, this is easy, I know I can do this is, you know, you don't even need to believe it, you just need to like say it and keep on saying it, keep on thinking those things, and eventually, like, the universe will always try to make sure things go in line with what you say and what you think. Just remember that, like universe is always trying to make sure things go in line with what you say. So that is very, very important. So so that's very important. Like, you have to be mindful of what you say. Like, very, very important. Like, very, very important. And I can tell you how many times I've said so many negative things, so many bad things, and it did happen because, like, I stuck with saying, like, they say those terrible things about myself or about the situation, and it ended up being that way because I said those things. Same way, there's so many things that changed positively for me. They changed positive for me because I said those positive words over myself, about myself, and about my life. So make sure, like, you're saying positive things, or you're at least saying the things you want to see happen in your life, because I guarantee you it will happen. Like, it will happen. You see it happen in your life. Because think about it, how many times have you ever said certain things that you didn't want to happen? Like, you just kept on saying those terrible things that you didn't want to happen, and eventually it happened in your life. Same way, how many times have you said so many positive things, so many good things, and you know, they ended up happening in your life? Like, you already have proof, if you really think about it, about how powerful your words are. So remember that, when you go about your day, when you go about living your life, how your words can actually do good or harm. So yeah, like, that is just what I want to tell you guys. And then back to the Harry Ford thing. I'll be Tom Ford thing. I don't even know who. But anyway, if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. Either way, you're right. You are always right, baby. So pick wisely. So by the end of the day, just pick wisely. Pick your words wisely. Like, you should pick your words wisely. Don't choose negativity. Don't choose things that you don't want to see happen in your life. But anyway, that is all I have to say for today, and I hope you at least learn one or two things that you can apply in your life, because I just want to see people get inspired by this video, or at least I just want you to learn one or two things by watching this video, and I hope you can apply this to your life and see, like, good changes in your life, because I know it's worked for me and I'm sure it's going to work for you too. But if you like this content, if you like hearing things like this, then that could improve your life or inspire you or help you, you know, in your life in whatever way, make sure you do like, subscribe, and share. But I do hope you all enjoyed this video.